And we are live. Welcome to season 8 of The Walking Dead, the Webcasting Dead, episode 1, episode 100 altogether, Mercy. And my
Mercy.
God, it was a good episode. I liked it. It did what it needed to do, and which
Hmm.
was have the Hilltop, the Kingdom, and Alexander fire the first shot in the war, an all-out war.
Oh yeah.
And they, by God, did they fire the first shot.
They did.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Some of you may be wondering why I'm not showing my face quite yet. Well, time, patience. Patience is a virtue. So let's get down to this. Let's get our shitting pants on and get started. I got my shitting pants on. Do you have your shitting pants on, Henry?
I think I do.
Great. Ellen, Ellen, we're waiting on Ellen, so hopefully she'll jump in
Yeah.
in a little bit. And that's why I'm waiting on to do the face reveal. It's going to be so epic. I've been teasing this for weeks now.
Yep. You
Will
have.
Negan show up tonight? It looks like he's here. What was that? Okay, yeah, yeah. He's in the back. But let's get down to Mercy, episode 100 altogether, episode 1 of season 8. And yeah, so, and we also, and not only we'll talk about Mercy, we're going to talk about the Robot Chicken Walking Dead special, which is flat out fucking hilarious.
It was. It was
It was
great.
hilarious. But let's get down to episode 1, Mercy. Basically, what the teaser did is basically it picked right up from where we left off at the end of season 7. Only this time it's Rick giving the speech, and we don't hear Maggie doing the voiceover like we did at the end of season 7. And yeah, basically Rick is just doing the pump up speech and get them ready together. And they was getting ready, everything was getting ready, and they put like 10 on their cars, which I thought was freaking badass. Really, they like army tank out their vehicles.
Oh yeah, I know. That was pretty awesome.
And they, yeah, go ahead if you need to talk.
They and they had little, like gun hole holes, like the kind of like the old World War II bunkers would have the little slits in them, or the
Yeah, so you can take your gun and fire out.
yeah.
And they planned this for quite a while because they had it down pat. I mean, they circled. We're getting a little ahead, but they circled Negan with the army tank cars, and they took out some of Negan's guys so they can get straight at Negan, so there won't be any defense to they can't get in the Savior's place. But they was able to come in and fire the first shot, and we see that Dwight is on Team Rick. He's one of the informants for Team Rick.
Yes, he is. Which I thought that was pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
I mean, he's proving himself. I think that's one thing that Dwight is doing. He's proving himself. He's trying to prove himself.
yeah, but you think he's going to get caught? That's the major question.
Good question. It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
And what will happen if he does get caught? Will he get the iron, or will he get worse?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think he'll get the iron because he's already had the iron. I think he's going to get Lucille. He's going to get Lucille. He's going to end up like Glenn
And Abraham.
and Abraham. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, and we see, we see, King Ezekiel's, rallying his troops. We see, Maggie rallying the Hilltop.
Yeah.
But as we do see in the episode, Gregory still thinks he's in charge.
Yeah. Yeah, and Gregory is still alive, and he's with Negan. He told Negan what's going down, and he said, "You know what? Anybody with the Hilltop better leave right now."
Oh yeah.
And nobody left. And we'll get into that because they should have killed Negan, not Negan, but Gregory right there on the spot.
I know. Yeah.
That right there should have been a headshot through Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been. I think if they would have killed Gregory right there, I think it would have been great because then it would finally establish Maggie as the leader of the Hilltop. If they would have killed it, if someone from the Hilltop killed Gregory right there on the spot, then it would have established Maggie being leader of the Hilltop.
Well, they're obviously listening to her and following her. See,
yeah,
the Hilltop people are. They're following Maggie now. I mean, she's proving that she's a good leader for them.
Yeah,
and she has the same haircut that she has in the comics. Because in the comics, she has the same kind of haircut as the. Oh yeah, when I was at Half Price Books, they had some Walking Dead graphic novels. I was looking for the one that introduced Negan, but I didn't see it.
Oh,
I wanted to get that one so bad.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and of course, I mean Negan is he's rallying. He's rallying obviously the Saviors. I like the fact that we see Daryl and them kind of taking out Saviors. And Rick, remember the one guy that Rick kind of knocked down? There was a walker that was tied up, and then Rick just took the hatchet and cut the rope and let the walker eat the guy.
Yeah, that was great. I mean,
I know, that was awesome. Eat the Savior.
And not only to jump around, but Carl, when he was searching for gas, I mean, they did like a shot for shot remake of the season 1 opener of episode 1, the pilot, where he was looking around. It's just shot for shot, which I thought was fantastic. And Greg Nicotero directed this episode.
Yes, he did.
And Scott Gimple wrote the episode.
Yeah. I thought they did. Of course, some of the best ones are the ones directed by Greg Nicotero.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. Definitely agree on that.
Some of the best episodes of Walking Dead are the ones directed by Greg Nicotero.
Yeah.
And he always directs the season premiere, and usually also the season finale he directs also.
Yeah, I think he also does the mid-season finale too.
I think so. But yeah, I mean, and we see that Daryl, Morgan, Carol, and Tara. They're all teamed up and they're blowing stuff up to kind of attract some walkers. I think they're trying. They wanted the walkers to surround the sanctuary, I think.
Yeah. So basically, what the plan is for Carol, Daryl, Tara, and Morgan to lure the walkers into the sanctuary with the saviors and everything.
Yeah,
and they did just that. They lured the walkers in there, and I thought they did a great job of luring them in. You have Daryl, firing off, I guess it was a flare gun or some type of gun into gas, and explosions happen everywhere.
Yeah,
and then the walkers follow those explosions.
Yep, that was pretty awesome. That was pretty damn cool. Daryl on his motorcycle, he shoots the shoots the stuff that blows up. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And we see now that Morgan has sharpened his staff. He has a point on one end of his staff, and he's not hesitant to kill now.
Yeah. And I think, which is a great contrast between last season and this season. Last season, he didn't ever want to kill. He was adamant about not killing. And now we see the transformation of Morgan from, scared, not want to kill, to becoming a pretty badass character now again. Because when he was first introduced, he was pretty badass. And then that whole thing with Eastman, really softened him up. And then now he's at a, crossroads of saying, you know what, I'm in the fight for my life. I got to do what I have to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's, but he hasn't killed any human beings yet. The only thing he's killed is walkers.
Well, no, remember he shot that one guy that was strangling Carol. Remember at the end of season 6, and he actually ran one of the saviors through also
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
during the season premiere.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely willing. He's willing to kill now. He's not
Yeah.
hesitating.
Mm-hmm. And Carol, she found herself again, and she's pretty badass. I mean, if you remember last season, she was like, off to herself, didn't want nobody around her. She didn't want nobody around her at all.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to do just about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And now we see her involved in this storyline now, which I think is great. Better than last season. Better use of Carol than last season.
You can go and not go. That's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, better use of Carol than last season.
Absolutely, I agree.
Because now we have Carol. She's finally involved. She was involved with Terror when she was on the bridge to spot the herd of walkers so they can lure them into the sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. Which that's an awesome plan. I mean that was a really great plan. I mean you could tell that they thought that out. It wasn't just something random. I mean they thought this out.
Yeah, I mean it had to take them a couple of months just to figure this out. And we're not quite sure about the timeline on this. And Maggie is still pregnant. How many months pregnant is she? Because she's not showing at all.
Yeah, I know.
Which is surprising to me.
You know who I talked to about the timeline? I talked to Richter about it. Richter Viola.
Oh yeah, what do you say?
And he found out that the timeline is probably he says right now they're in 2012.
Okay.
In the timeline, so a whole season could be like a week or a month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very interesting timeline that they have on the show.
And I'm wondering when did Maggie first announce she was pregnant? Season 7?
Oh, it was end of season 6, if you remember.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, season 6. Because then that was the whole thing about Glenn dying at season 7.
Right. Yeah.
So Maggie announced what episode was that? She announced she was pregnant in. Was that the season finale?
No, it was before
I don't
that.
think it was the season finale.
I can't remember when it was.
It was probably like 2-3 episodes before the season finale.
It was, yeah.
All right, so you got season 6, then 7, and now we're on 8. So, how many months or years could that be?
Well, if she's not really showing, then it's probably about a month, maybe less.
Still in the early stages.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because everybody on the internet's like, why isn't Maggie showing yet? Why isn't Maggie showing yet?
And don't forget, near the end of season 6, she was having those bad cramps.
Yeah. Yeah. You think she's going to lose the baby?
I don't know. I have no idea. It'll be interesting to see what happens, or will it be born a walker? Oh God!
Ooh. Now that would be pretty freaking awesome. If everything's a born walker.
Mm-hmm. Or it's born. It looks like Glenn says, "I found you." We're gonna get into that, by the way. I thought
that was great. That was hilarious. Is that how babies work?
Oh
my God. But Maggie still insists on fighting because despite being pregnant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Rick has tried to encourage her to take a little break because of her pregnancy, but
yeah, she definitely needs to do a break.
And I like what Rick said to her. He said, basically, you're more of a leader than I am. She said, well, not right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
She says, you're the guy in charge right now. It's still the Rick dictatorship. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we see Rick, sort of passing the torch off to Maggie.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. Now we do see flash forwards in this episode, or what appears
Oh
to be flash
yeah, I
forwards
know. Where,
with
where he's
Rick
older,
as
he's got the
yeah,
cane.
Rick older and got the cane, and I think he still has both of his hands because I know in the comic book he loses one arm.
He lost a hand to the governor.
Yeah,
in the comics, but yeah, he does appear to have both hands, and of course we see Michonne older and Carl, and even let's see, I'm thinking Judith
was a little
Judith is
grown, yeah.
Judith is about 5 or 6 years old at that point. We do see her in the episode. She's got longer hair, but she's still little. She's probably about one, maybe. I'm trying to figure out what the timeline was between the time Judith was born and up to now.
Yeah,
it's not very long. It's not very long at all.
Because Judith is born at the prison, right? Yeah, because right after Judith was born, that's when Carl had to kill his own mom.
Yeah.
So that was the prison. That was like what, season 3?
Yes, that was the beginning of season 3.
Season 3. So now Judith is probably at least a year or so older.
Yeah.
And then in the flash forwards, it looks like she's about 5 or 6, like you said.
Right. So at least flashes forward at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from the flash forwards, it appears that the walkers are all gone. It looks as if because we don't see Rick and Michonne and them fighting anything. They're not even fighting Negan.
We don't see that at all. And it looks like they've tried and rebuild civilization at Alexandria, because we see a whole bunch of people gardening and living their lives and everything. So it looks like they've repaired civilization at that point.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too. It's a very, you might say, idyllic. It's a very idyllic situation because, and I'm sure that's what Rick would want. I mean, that's obviously what Rick would love to see that happen. So, very, very interesting flash forwards. He's got the fuller beard. You notice he had the fuller beard.
A fuller beard, and he's got his head shaved too.
No, he didn't have his head shaved.
Oh, really? It looked like his head was like, almost, a haircut.
It was a haircut, not a head shave, but a haircut. Yeah.
Yeah. Shorter hair. Yeah.
So they go to the sanctuary, and Negan's like, "Well, shit."
Yeah, so they go to the sanctuary, and Negan comes out, Eugene comes out, Gregory comes out, Dwight comes out, Simon, my man Simon.
Yes, I saw Simon.
Stephen Ogg.
Stephen Ogg.
Stephen Ogg is great.
Have you seen the Old Spice commercials he's on?
Yes.
Yeah, those are great too. And Rick is basically naming them all off.
Yep.
And Eugene's about to introduce himself. He says, "No, I know who you are."
Yeah, so they line up in front of the I guess the front of the Savior's place, the sanctuary, and Negan comes out, being all Negan, of like, you know what, we can never forget this happened if you guys just go on your way. And they do not budge at all. And then that's when they have Gregory come out. And Gregory's like, the hilltops aligned with the Saviors now.
Oh, I know. Oh.
And I'm like, okay, so here's the point where I'm like, they've got a good headshot.
Yeah.
Like Gregory and or Negan, if they wanted to kill both of them.
Yeah.
This shot, they could have killed Gregory right there. And I think someone from the hilltop should have killed Gregory, because then it would have established that Gregory is no longer the leader of the hilltop and Maggie is. And we see that And we see that with Jesus looking to Maggie and Maggie looking to him. And she's like, no, do not leave. And none of the hilltop leaves.
Right, yeah.
But I think it would have been more established if someone from the hilltop, other than Maggie and Jesus, would have, pulled the trigger on Gregory to make that establishment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like one of the unknown characters or one of the unnamed characters.
Yeah, one of the background characters. And then Negan gets pissed off and, tells Simon to get rid of Gregory, and he pushed him down the steps or something.
Yeah.
He pushes him down.
And that's basically when Rick and the rest of them start shooting.
Yeah. So they start shooting, and everybody takes for cover. And then that's when they blow the lid off of everything and come through the fences and let the walkers come in. And the walkers have invaded the sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Now we see everybody leaving. Father Gabriel is the last to leave. He sees Gregory is still, down and out. And, he tries to do the right thing. And, tries to get Gregory to safety. Gregory pisses all over that and hijacks Father Gabriel's car. And Father Gabriel goes and hides in a van, in an RV, the same RV that we see in the season 7 with Nick and Negan, the exact same RV. He goes to the RV, he sees Negan. Negan comes out of the shadows and says,
"Hope you got your shitting pants on."
You got your shitting pants on.
Ha! Sweet!
Because you're going about to shit your pants.
I love it. You even got the scarf and everything.
You know what I did? I looked hard as hell to find an actual scarf. Could not find a scarf. Oh. And wrap it around me.
Works. It works.
It works. Yeah, it's the exact same color too.
Yeah, it is.
This dark red maroon looking color.
Yep, it is.
So I love it. You got your shitting pants on because you're about to shit your pants.
Mm.
Now, some people, I read on the interwebs that some people did not like that line. And that line is straight from the comic books. And maybe Negan could have did that to a different character instead of Father Gabriel. Maybe if he would have, like, with Simon, he could look over to Simon and say, "Hey, Simon, you got your shitting pants on." I think it would work better than him, looking at Father Gabriel like that. But there's some, conspiracy theories running around. And that says that Father Gabriel might be working for Negan.
Oh, boy.
And that's why Negan hasn't been doing anything to Father Gabriel. Because if you remember, Father Gabriel was kidnapped last season.
Oh, that's right.
He was kidnapped by the trash.
The garbage pail kids.
And we didn't see them in the season premiere.
No.
Last night, which is weird. And we didn't see Oceanside either.
No, we didn't see Oceanside. Right. Now, we may see the garbage pail kids, perhaps.
Yeah.
This season.
Because,
and we might see Oceanside. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still early in the season. But, because we have to have some conclusion with that because, the Garbage Pail Kids turned on Team Rick or Rick and the Gang.
They did.
I actually made T-shirts that says Rick and the Gang.
Cool.
Nah, you know the reference. You know the reference.
Yes, I do.
We're talking about the reference.
Yeah. That's from Robot Chicken.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely discuss that. That was a great freaking episode.
That was hilarious.
All right, let's see here. Yeah, and then, so what do you think is going to happen with Gabriel and Negan?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, are they going to torture Gabriel? I mean, what are they going to do to him?
It's going to be quite, and plus they're in the RVs, so Negan can, just, if he has the keys, turn the RV on and drive past the walkers and go to Alexandria.
Yeah. Now remember last season it was whoa, you scared the crap out of me. You are creepy as shit. That's he said that to Father Gabriel.
Yeah. And plus, don't forget, Father Gabriel faked Maggie's death. And now Negan knows that Maggie is still alive.
Yep.
So
That's
will there
true.
be any repercussions with that?
Oh, I know.
That's the question.
I know.
That's the $1 million question we have to ask.
And we've seen we saw on the Comic-Con preview that Jerry actually uses that broadaxe on a walker.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that when that happens, man. Yeah. He
cannot.
Just use that broadaxe.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you remember Fat Joey, right?
Yeah, I remember Fat Joey.
So Fat Joey, a few weeks ago, I posted on my Instagram the Lucille bat and my leather jacket.
Mm-hmm.
He liked it.
Oh, very cool.
He liked my post.
I like that.
Fat Joey.
Yeah, sweet. That's very cool.
I think we, hit all the main points that happened this past episode.
Yeah.
So what's going on with old Rick? So what do you think is going on? I think, there has to be more there to old Rick.
Yeah, I
see that this season.
Yeah, I don't think this is just a one-off that we saw. I think we are going to see more of that. I hope we do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And amazing episode. I mean, it was a great way to start off the season.
Oh, and we forgot to introduce a new character, some Muslim character. I think his name is called Siddiqui.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced him with Carl,
mm-hmm.
and he was praying and everything, and Rick, he came after Carl and scared the guy away because kind of suspicious, don't trust anybody.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
And then Carl came back later on at the same spot and left him a note and some food and say that he was sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
No, I don't want to get political on the show, but I hope The Walking Dead doesn't get political by introducing this character.
Yeah.
And hopefully they won't get political. I hope not. If they do, then I'm going to stop. Because I don't want to watch it. I want to watch Negan bash people in with Lucille.
Yeah.
I don't want to see no political statement being made. If they want to do a political statement, then do it off camera. Behind the scenes. Do that.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah.
California love. Yeah, I definitely had some California love when I was out there.
All right, let's see here. But I think we touched the main points. And Rick is going to be. I think this is going to be interesting to see what's going to go on with old Rick, and see where that goes, and see how far along we'll see that. Is it going to be this season we see old Rick again, or is it going to be old Rick next season? Let's see. Any predictions for tomorrow night's episode? Oh. And Henry. All right. Henry somehow dropped. I think he got Lucille. He got Lucille. I Lucille Henry. Yeah. I did it. I Lucille Henry. Henry had his shitting pants on. Then I Lucille'd him. Anyway, my prediction for next week, I think, is that I think we're going to see more interaction between. And you're
Sorry
back.
about that. I closed the wrong damn window.
Yeah, I said I Lucille'd you. You had your shit pants on. I Lucille'd you. Boom. But yeah, I was saying, Old Man Rick. It's going to be quite interesting to see where they take that. Predictions for next week. I think we're going to see more interaction between Negan and Father Gabriel.
Yep.
And Negan has to retaliate somehow.
Yes, I think he does. I mean, because Rick and the gang have now they've fired the first shot, figuratively and literally. They fired the first shot.
Yeah.
And all-out war has started.
Yeah.
So, and I want to see what happens with Gregory. I hope that little weasel gets what's coming to him.
Yeah, I think he's going to get what's coming to him. I really do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it has to. I mean, Gregory has to die before Maggie can officially take over for the Hilltop.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as Gregory is alive, Maggie won't take over. Maggie won't be able to take over.
Yeah.
Because of Gregory that he has in place.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Dwight, of course, has to be very careful he doesn't get caught.
Yeah.
Being a spy for Rick.
Yeah.
And what happened with his ex-wife? What was her name?
Oh crap! What was her name?
I forgot her name too.
Yeah, was it Sarah?
No, it wasn't Sarah. I don't think
it wasn't Sarah.
But I mean, what happened to her? I mean, are we going to find out eventually what happened to her?
And what the hell happened to Heath?
Yeah, Heath. Yes.
Sherry.
Yeah, Sherry. What happened to Sherry? That's what I was wondering about. Yeah.
I thought she committed suicide.
I'm not sure exactly what happened. And we didn't see Rosita on this past episode either, I noticed. I saw Aaron.
I think Rosita stayed at Alexandria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Because we saw most everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm reading on the Wikipedia page. 8th season features 20 series regulars overall for this season. Caitlin Nacon, I think that's Enid. Kari Payton, that's Ezekiel. Stephen Ogg, Simon, and Pollyanna McIntosh were promoted to series regular status. Pollyanna McIntosh, she is.
Ooh.
See, she plays Jadis. That's Jadis.
Yeah, the leader of the Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
The leader.
Yep.
And that weird haircut she's got. That is a crappy haircut.
And of course, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Well, he's been part of the main credits since last season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking on the Walking Dead Wikipedia page.
Yep.
Current whereabouts are unknown.
Yeah. Nobody knows where she could be. Yeah.
Heath is still out there.
Yeah. Where the
hopefully
hell
we'll
is?
Get some.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully get some conclusion with Sherry and Heath. Maybe Sherry and Heath meets up to wherever they're at.
Maybe. I see that Greg Nicotero is going to direct the 3rd episode of the season also, which is called Monster.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So, who do you think is going to die tomorrow night? There's got to be a death.
Oh shoot! I don't know.
There has to be a death.
That's a good question. I mean, it could be somebody we don't even know who it is. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be like an unknown person. We didn't see any major character. We did not see any main characters die last week.
No. And I think what they're going to do is save that for the war, because I mean the cast is getting huge. Alexandria, you've got Hilltop, you've got Kingdom, so they're probably going to off a whole bunch of people during this whole war thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they are going to take care of some. Because I mean, it's a pretty large it's a pretty large group at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that I want people to die. It's just that, but it's a pretty big group at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty huge group, and it's clustered. It's getting clustered up.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have so many storylines going on, and it's hard to focus on all these people. So it'd be easier for them to off a few people and then have the story straight on track.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a really great season premiere. Yeah. I mean, it was mm-hmm. It's setting up for the rest of the season. So.
Yeah. So tomorrow's episode is called "The Damned."
Yes. Mm-hmm. The Damned. That's right. Directed by Rosemary Rodriguez. I'm not sure who that is. I wonder if she's any relation to Robert Rodriguez.
Probably.
No, he's the guy who directs the the Grindhouse type things.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you were to ask me right now who I think of the main characters is going to die, I don't know.
It's looking like I think Gregory's going to die this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gregory is going to be one of the ones that die, and maybe Father Gabriel.
Yeah.
Just depends on whose side Father Gabriel is on.
Yeah.
If we find out that he's on Negan's side, then maybe he'll be He'll be killed by Rick, or if he's or maybe Negan would torture him to death.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's pretty much it for that. Now let's get into the fun stuff. The Robot Chicken.
A couple of weeks ago, Robot Chicken aired their Walking Dead special. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It was great.
It was so fucking hilarious.
It was. They got all the actors, or most of the actors, to come back to voice the characters.
Andrew Lincoln, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Carol, Norman Reedus,
Melissa McBride, Norman Reedus,
Melissa
McBride. Cohen,
yeah. All even Herschel to do that.
Yeah,
thing,
Scott Wilson. Yeah, Scott Wilson.
Yeah, Scott Wilson.
Yeah.
Who's the guy with the RV? Was that Dave?
Dale.
Yes, Dale.
Jeffrey DeMunn. Jeffrey DeMunn. I believe that was
he was
him.
there.
Yeah.
Had to be.
Yeah, Dale Horvath. That was his name, Dale Horvath.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Carl. You had Chandler Riggs as old Carl.
Oh, I know. That was hilarious.
So basically, what Robot Chicken did is they did a whole bunch of skits of parodying The Walking Dead in a positive light. I think it was fantastic. One of the skits we was talking about this before the show that I loved was and Rick, and they're out there finding Sophie, and Rick has a log, and with his jacket on, I said, "Oh, this is Sophie." I was like, "That's not Sophie, that's a log. Don't you fat shame your daughter."
Oh, that was hilarious.
That was great. And then you had Eugene's make a bullet thing near the end of the episode where you put a quarter in, and Eugene makes the bullet, and he's talking. I thought that was fantastic. The origin of Lucille. Apparently, Lucille had the Superman origin.
Yeah.
Jim Story.
Yeah.
Negan finding his scarf from Snoopy
Oh yeah.
as the Red Baron.
Snoopy and the soft with camel.
Yeah.
That was his. That was supposedly the biplane that Snoopy, flew to fight the Red Baron.
Yeah. And then they caught up with Negan. He got caught in the truck, and it like choked him.
Oh yeah.
And then you had Rick and Michonne trying to figure out a name for the gang.
Oh yeah.
And like Rick is like, it's Rick and the gang. And Michonne was like, no, it's called something else. It's called something else. And Rick was like, I already made T-shirts.
Yeah. I already made T-shirts.
Some memorable lines from that.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Let's see here. What else was a good skit? Oh, Negan singing. Singing during a musical number.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great.
That was freaking hilarious. You can't help but laugh at that stuff, especially if you're a fan of the show.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, so many jokes that the fans can get into and relate. And then you had Negan and Carl acting the whole eye scene, and he's like, take a beer and popping the cap off, and then golfing into the eye. And then Carl take the patch off, and it was like a black hole, and it sucked everything in.
That was hilarious. Of course, that's Seth Green is one of the is one of the creators of Robot Chicken.
Yeah, and I thought it was great. It was one of the
Look
great
Who's
ones
Walking
I saw.
is the name of it. Look Who's Walking. That was the name of the special. I had never laughed so hard at anything. I mean, especially if it was like, of course, they parody everything on that on Robot Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
It was great though. It was.
Yeah, I give that a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
that was. I mean, all the jokes hit. Maybe a few may have missed, but it's pretty on the nose.
And of course, to have all the actors come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got to mention Maggie giving birth to little Glenn. It looked like.
Oh, they were. They of course they did have Stephen Yeun voicing Glenn. Yeah. And it's like he had the dent in his hand, the eyeball popped out. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember Rick had to provide sexual favors to a unicorn?
Yes.
Oh, and Merle. Remember they had Merle, Michael Rooker.
Merle did a musical number.
Yeah. that was funny too. That was just hilarious. Oh yeah, and also I'm reading it's a review from IGN, and they're also directly calling out the fact that after 7 seasons, there's still no official name, either in show or for fans, for Rick and his crew / gang / survivors. Was a nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah, what would we call Rick's gang?
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing it can be is the Alexandrians, because that's where they're at.
Yeah. Because we have the kingdom. We have
Hilltop Saviors.
Hilltop. We have the Saviors.
Oceanside.
And now the Garbage Pail Kids do have an official name. I cannot remember it.
What is that name? Crap, what is their name? Nobody knows their name.
Yeah,
nobody knows their name. I think it's like
the Garbage Pail Kids.
The Scavengers.
The Scavengers. That's them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, they were joined even by long dead Walking Dead players like Sarah Wayne Callies, that's Laurie, John Bernthal, Shane. Oh yeah, where they showed Shane taking care of Laurie.
Yes. He was like, Rick told me to do this. Rick told me to do that.
Yeah.
Rick said you say that. Rick said not to say anything. Rick told me to tell you.
Oh yeah, I know.
Man, I think it was a great episode. It's on. I think it's on.
AdultSwim.com. Yeah.
Yeah, so go on there, check it out, watch it. But that was a great episode. That was a great episode. I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully Ellen can join us next week. Hopefully Amy can join us next week, and Sharon.
Yeah.
And join us next week. Maybe Negan can join again.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. So, any last words? Any final thoughts on this?
I mean, it's a great start to the season. I thought it was tremendous, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. What's going to happen next? You know, and it's always fun.
I have to ask.
It's always fun also to make predictions and things like that. It really is to see what's going to happen. I mean, they have of course, they've always maintained that nobody's safe.
So, which season premiere did you like better, season 7 or season 8?
Oh gosh, I mean, well, season 7 was just so violent and so. Season 7 was so. It was just so. Sudden and very it was impactful.
Yeah.
But season 8 also is, you know, obviously it's telling a story. Season 8 is being used to tell a story.
Yeah.
Much like, I mean, season 7 was the season premiere for season 7 was too. I'm not going to say it wasn't.
Yeah.
But
it all has to tell the story.
Yeah. And I thought they did an excellent job with the season premiere.
Mm-hmm. If I had to choose between season 8 and season 7, I have to go with season 7. Mm-hmm. The reason why is because I know, we all know I did this. I was pissed off at the season 6 finale.
Right.
But season 7, the premiere of season 7, better do something to get me watching again. Because if it doesn't, then I'm not going to watch again. They killed off Abraham. I was like, cop out. No, don't do that. Kill off a main character. Then they killed off Glenn in a violent, horrible fashion, which I thought was epic. I thought it was great. It needed to do. It did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
Which was, horrible, horrific fashion. Have the audience be like, "Oh my god!" and started crying and bawling their eyes. I didn't cry. I didn't bawl my eyes out. I was like, "Oh my god, did they do this? I cannot believe they did this."
Oh no.
That they did it. I was shocked because Glenn was was a staple character.
Yeah, he was.
In all of this. First season without Glenn, the very first season.
Yep.
It's an odd season without him. And I think we probably, we still have remnants of him because we have Maggie and her baby. At the beginning, we saw the grave sites of Abraham and Glenn. So I think Glenn is still going to have a presence this season, whether it be in flashbacks. I think it's going to be flashbacks, and maybe they do like they did with was it Tyrese, Ghosts of the Governor and the and then
that would be
so maybe they'll have Maggie see the ghost of Glenn or something like that. Oh, speaking of which, we in the Walking Dead special of the Robot Chicken, we had Carol saying, "Look at the flowers, Lily. Look at the look at the rabbit, Lenny."
Oh yeah,
she's starting off everybody. Yeah,
that was hilarious.
But I think we might have a Glenn presence in the in this season, whether it be in a flashback or like a ghostly figure that comes to Maggie But I think we'll have a good. But this right here, this season 8 was the premiere of season 8 was the very first episode that we did not see or hear Glenn, because he's been like a staple since the very first season. We heard him. He was in the tank, and then the very next episode we see him. He's one of the original. But yeah, when they did that, I was shocked. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they actually did it. And then not only that, Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's just killing it as Negan.
He is.
He's just just killing
definitely
Negan. I think that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yep.
Hopefully Ellen and Sharon and Amy can join us next week.
Yeah.
When we talk about The Damned, episode
2, episode 101.
And yeah, I think we're going. Like I said, I think we're going to see more interaction between Gabriel and Negan. I think we're going to see Negan. Negan has to retaliate.
Yep.
So that's going to be quite interesting to see how Negan retaliates. Negan is going to be severely pissed off. He is going to be pissed off.
He is.
I think we're probably going to see. I don't think anybody's going to get Lucille. And Daryl is going to die this season. You got to keep that up. Got to keep the hope alive. Daryl's going to die this season. But wait a minute. We have to talk about Eugene and where Eugene is going to go this season.
Yeah.
So what do you think Eugene is going to do? Is he going to stick with Negan?
Well, if Negan asks him to do something that is so just absolutely... If Negan says, you got to kill somebody, you got to do this, you got to do that, Eugene might be a little bit hesitant. So,
do you think Negan will have Eugene kill Father Gabriel to show his allegiance?
Now that's a good question. Because remember, at the end of last season, Negan kind of gave Eugene a little bit of a look, like, I don't know if I believe you.
Because what happened last season? What was her? Sasha. Yeah. Basically took the pill that Eugene gave her, and it killed her, so she can reanimate as a walker. And it was Eugene's fault. And Negan said, "What happened in there?" And Eugene had to say, "Well, she probably lost of oxygen or something." Had to make something up, and Negan didn't seem like he believed that.
Yeah, he didn't.
So maybe Negan has some trust issues with Eugene, and maybe he has to have Eugene off somebody to show his allegiance. And plus, we have Dwight working with Rick. I mean, not Nick. I don't know why I got Nick, but working with Rick and the gang. And Dwight is Negan's right-hand man next to Simon. And he's going to have some questions, and he's not going to think that Dwight told Rick and his gang where they were located. He's probably going to point the finger at Eugene. He's probably going to be like, you know what? Hey, Eugene, did you let Rick in this sanctuary? He's not. I don't think he's going to point the finger at Eugene. He's not going to point the finger at Dwight for this. He's probably going to point the finger at Eugene.
Yep. I don't think Negan will suspect Dwight.
No.
Eugene would be more. He would be more. Yeah. He'd be more prone to say, "Did Eugene do this?"
Yeah.
He wouldn't suspect Dwight because Dwight's supposed to be his right-hand man, So
So he's probably going to suspect Eugene and said, "Did you put Rick up to this?" And maybe Eugene might be the one to die this season as well.
Yep.
So we got. I'm going to go with Father Gabriel, Gregory, and Eugene as the contenders to die this season. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a few background characters that don't really matter. you know, they're probably going to be dead in a shootout with the whole war that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to happen too. But if I go with the main cast, I'm going to say Eugene, Father Gabriel, and Gregory
Yeah.
as the contenders.
Yep. That's what I would say too.
All right. So yeah, that was a quick one tonight.
Yeah.
So tune in next week as we discuss episode 2 of season 8, The Dam. Also, it's called episode 101. And yeah, so on that note, we'll see you here next week. Negan might make a special appearance again, hopefully. I say he will. I say he will. He's going to make a special appearance, even though, you know, it's Halloween weekend. Speaking of that, everybody have a happy Halloween.
Yes.
Make sure it's a safe, happy Halloween, and
Exactly.
enjoy your Halloween. And I want half your candy. You are going to give me half your candy. And then I'm going to come, take the other shit too, and get the other half of the candy. All right. On that note, see you next week on the Webcasting Dead with episode 2 of season 8, The Dam. Good night, everybody.